Executive Brief. Executive Brief.
My good people of Abia State, it is my honor and pleasure to address
From the seat of governance in Abia, God's own state, comes a compendium of the governor's weekly engagement in the service to humanity and God.
This government is in its second and final tenure, and therefore we are in a hurry to gain traction and achieve what our mandate the people have given to us and defined for us as assignment.
Join the Chief Press Secretary to Abia State Governor Onyebuchi Ememanka on Flow 94.9 FM as he tracks Governor Ikpeazu's activities in delivering on the social contract with the good people of Abia State.
we have received awards and acknowledgement as the SME capital of Nigeria in recent times.
Executive Brief.
Every Friday at 9:30 a.m.
on Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state. Executive Brief from the horse's mouth.
There is now a deliberate effort to ensure that our infrastructure is solid and durable.
A very good morning to you. Glad to know you're tuned in to the flow of God's own state. This is the Executive Brief, a compendium of the activities of the Executive Governor of Abia State, ably led by Governor Victor Ikpeazu. This program is brought to you courtesy of the Office of the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Abia State, who is unavoidably absent. We've been able to get across to him, and we have him standing or waiting via phone this morning. Good morning to you, Barrister Onyebuchi Ememanka. Glad to have you join us.
Good morning, TC. Good morning. Good to be here.
All right, let's get straight to the business of the day. Of course, this program is a live simulcast on 94.9 FM and Real 99.1 FM. Abba. Barrister, sir, you are on another trip with the Executive Governor. This time around, politics. Caucus meeting, neck meeting, caucus meeting. How has it been going for you over there?
Yeah, democracy in Nigeria is built on party politics. And the People's Democratic Party has been busy for a few days now. The Governor Ikpeazu, and indeed all the governors of the PDP in Abuja, series of meetings. It started 2 nights ago with meeting of the PDP governors, and after that the National Caucus meeting met. Then the Board of Trustees also met that same night. Then yesterday was the 90th edition of the National Executive Committee meeting. That is the highest decision-making body of the party. And after that, the Southeast Caucus of the PDP met. And incidentally, that meeting was hosted at the Governor of Abia State Lodge here in Abuja. So it's been party issues. Democracy thrives on party politics. So that is why we're here.
Well, I know you may not want to delve into some of the issues that have been raised, and I thought you would want to leave it at that. Am I right?
Absolutely.
All right, but I would like
the
to...
party thing. The party has its own machinery to publicize decisions.
Okay. But let's talk about the governor's friend, your principal, talking about his bosom friend, Dave Umahi, who very recently cross-carpeted, if I had to describe it that way. He joined the All Progressive Congress. And,
yes,
I wouldn't want to go into his decisions and all that, but, how did your principal react to this development?
Well, Governor Dave Umahi and my boss are very close friends. But they have their different political philosophies. They run different states. Their friendship is personal. And all I can say is that Governor Ikpeazu respects whatever choice or whatever decision Governor Umahi has made. Respects it is one of his democratic rights. But the summary is that Governor Ikpeazu is and remains a key member of the People's Democratic Party.
Okay, in reaction to your last statement, if I had to use the slow kepu, it's that more governors, more. Of course, if you follow news trends, 8 governors, according to that news story, will be crossing over to the APC. That's I don't think I want to call it a statement of fact, but we're trying to see how this unfolds. Are there any possibility, that the governor of Abia State may be one of those governors?
No. Governor Ikpeazu is not considering that at all.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, Governor Ikpeazu is not thinking about politics at the moment. He's more focused on delivering dividends of democracy to the people of Abia State. His preoccupation right now is that with the commencement of the dry season, to see how many ongoing road projects he can deliver. If not that our democracy thrives on party politics, Governor Ikpeazu ordinarily does not think about politics at this time. He is more focused on doing his job as governor of Abia State. Majority of the time he has spent here, apart from all these other meetings, we have spent discussing on issues concerning development in Abia State, especially roads. I'm sure you know that as we speak, several road projects have commenced. These are the things that bother Governor Ikpeazu now, and not about defection or party and all that. Again, Governor Ikpeazu, he's a second-term governor. He won't be governor again after 2023. So he's not bothered about politics at the moment.
All right, let's bring it back home. Something made the rounds, in the course of last week. I think earlier this week, it had to do with crime prevention and management system, dubbed CPAMs.
Yes.
And we heard this is going to be, it has been launched, and want to actually get a clearer picture of what CPAMs means. Crime prevention and management system. Is it like another office or a parastatal that has been set up? Want to understand?
No. It's an innovation driven by the government. It is a kind of computerizing crime records in Abia State. You will agree with me that there are no crime records in this country. Somebody could commit a crime today, the police arrest him, he is taken on bail, and he boats away, relocates from Abia to, let's say, Kogi State, goes there to a brand new identity and begins to do his thing. But with CPAMs now, what the governor has done is to ensure that crime records are kept. Individual records of suspected criminals. If a criminal is or a suspected criminal is arrested, every record belonging to him will be kept electronically. This includes personal records, biometrics, fingerprints, and all that, blood group, everything. This thing will now be stored electronically. If that person goes somewhere else to commit a crime, because his records and biometrics are already stored, it is easy to match his thing. Unfortunately, this thing is only for now existing in Abia State. So if somebody does something wrong in Aba and runs to Ohafia, it is easy if his arrested there, it is easy to cross-match his biometrics and records with what is available in Aba. Let me create a scenario. Let's say somebody is arrested in Umahi'S. When he's arrested, his biometrics are taken and all that and stored. Okay? That person moves to Aba and somehow gets involved in some criminal activity and is arrested. Once he's arrested, his biometrics will be taken again and cross-matched against all existing records. And that helps to match. It's a way of moving a step ahead of the criminals.
Okay.
So it is an innovation created exclusively by the governor of Abia State.
So whose responsibility will it be to manage this system?
It is the police and officers of the Homeland Security Corps in Abia State.
Officers?
In the last 2 months, selected police officers and some members of the Homeland Security Corps have been undergoing massive, intensive training on how to manage this.
In Abia State?
In Abia State, yes.
So how was the selection process done?
Well, the police were asked to send in people, of the officers from the state command who have existing knowledge of computer systems.
Okay.
While those of the Homeland Security Corps, a lot of them are graduates.
Okay.
Those who have computer knowledge were selected. It was selected objectively based on their computer knowledge, and they've been trained. What the governor has done is to ensure that every single police division in Abia State gets at least one computer system dedicated to this service. And on the day of the launch, he said that the state government was going to provide solar powered electricity in all the police divisions to power that computer, so that 24 hours of the day that computer is on. So it's a brand new innovation, and this will help to manage crime. You know that a crime-free society is a sine qua non for development.
All right. So you said
confidence to investors. Yeah.
Some people from Homeland Security were selected. People with computer literacy of some sort. There were information making the round that the Ministry of Homeland Security recently conducted a recruitment exercise. Can you actually validate that information?
Sure. About 500 persons were recruited across the state, young Abians from across the 17 local governments. They've been on training for about 1 month now. They were camped and trained on the nitty-gritty of security management. And they've passed out. In the next couple of days, the formal launch ceremony will hold. And these people will work as neighborhood watch guards and forest guards and posted across the 17 local governments of the state.
500 across the 17?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so each local government is going to get...
yes. Well, the ministry will work out that, but it will be distributed equitably.
All right. So we're looking at the CPAM system and offices at the Ministry of Homeland Security to operate this system.
Yes.
Okay. Also,
and the Homeland Security thing is another means devised by the governor to create jobs. You can imagine in one fell swoop pulling out 500 persons from the labor market and providing jobs for them.
Well, I understand that. Well, just before the governor left the state, we understand that there were swearing in of some legal luminaries.
Yes.
The swearing in of the new acting president of the Abia State Customary Court of Appeal and the new permanent secretary. Can you
absolutely
talk about that a little bit?
The immediate past president of the Customary Court of Appeal, my Lord, the Honorable Justice Anyalewechi Omochekwa, retired after hitting the compulsory retirement age, and you cannot allow a vacuum in the leadership of the key arm of the judiciary. So the governor, acting on his powers, the constitution had to inaugurate a new acting president with emphasis on the word acting, because making it substantive will require some other constitutional procedures. And so the Honorable Justice Stella Maris Chinedum Ururuka Onyenso, who I believe was or is the next most senior judge on the bench of the Customary Court of Appeal, was inaugurated as the acting president. Then Lady Ozamaka Onibo, who's been a director in the ministry in the civil service, was elevated to the position of permanent secretary. So these are routine government business.
Okay. Earlier you had mentioned something about road construction. I want to take you up on that. There was a press release made some time ago that after the State Executive Council had met, the governor made a statement that he's giving contractors handling federal government roads a certain period of time to return. Otherwise, the state will take over these roads. Is the state prepared financially for that burden?
Well,
they have the resources?
Nobody is ever prepared for any financial burden, but certain things must be done. The Enugu-Port Harcourt Highway, especially the section between Osisioma Junction and Aloji, that's the spare parts market, is in terrible shape. Most particularly from Ariaria Junction to flyover, that Aloji Junction. It is in a horrible state, and this affects businesses in Abia State. You know, that area is where you find Ariaria International Market. People coming from Port Harcourt are not able to access the market, and it's affecting the state's economy. And the government cannot simply stay idle and watch. Ordinarily, that project, the Enugu-Port Harcourt Road Highway project, is ongoing. You know, the Arab contractors is working on the project by the federal government. But what the government did was to interface with the Federal Ministry of Works, asking them to, hold on some other parts and move into that area. Make it a little bit more motivated so that our people can. We are approaching the Christmas period. The markets are usually very busy. And the governor said, if they refuse to do it, then I will have to do something about it. We'll find money anywhere and fix that portion of the road. It's not the entire road, it's just that portion. Okay? But luckily, the Federal Ministry of Works responded positively. Indeed, the Federal Controller of Works in Abia State, Engineer Obion, and the manager of Arab contractors were in Government House, where they met with the governor and assured him that his request has been approved by the Federal Ministry of Works, and that they were moving into that portion, I think in the next few days. And they gave an assurance themselves. It's not us that said, it's them that said. The Federal Controller of Works said it, that within 2 weeks they will walk around the clock to fix that portion so that people can access the market easily.
What about other road projects?
Road projects are on. Road projects are on. The Mboko, that's the headquarters of Obingwa local government.
Okay.
The portion between Mboko and Abowere Road, Aba. Very strategic road indeed. Work has started as I speak. I even posted some pictures from the Mboko end. Work has also started on the other portion of the Obikaja Road, from Umuoba Junction, Umuene Junction to Isialangwa Junction, which is the other part of Obikaja Junction. Work has started. Work has resumed at the flyover. There's going to be a whole lot of activities between now and the end of the present dry season. A lot of work will be done. Funds have been made available by the governor to the Ministry of Works. Contractors have been remobilized and they are back on site.
So you said the timeline between now and when?
the end of the dry season.
Okay.
You know that it's difficult to do road projects during the rainy season. Everybody knows that. So we have a dry season window right now, and it will be fully maximized. I assure you and the good people of Abia State that between now and the end of the dry season, and we pray, because we had a very long rainy season this year, and we pray that God will be kind enough to grant us extended dry season. A lot of road projects, especially in Aba, will come alive, and new roads will be. Most of these ongoing road projects in Aba will be tidied up this period. It's an assurance.
Okay, so finally, how long are you staying outside your state?
TC, but you're always asking me this question. It's a question I cannot answer because I don't determine the movement. I am just my boy. Once my boss is ready to move, I move with him. But I assure you, before you know it, you will see me no more.
All right, thank you very much, and do stay safe and a safe trip back.
Thank you very much, TC Bara.
Have a great weekend.
You too, boy.
That was the Chief Press Secretary to the Executive Governor of Abia State, Barrister Onyebuchi Ememanka, bringing us up to speed with what the governor has been about this week. I'm not willing to tell when he'll be back, but hopefully sometime very soon. This program has been brought to you from Flow 94.9 FM, but a live simulcast on Real 99.1 FM Aba. My name is Temple Barra, and on behalf of the executive producer, Sister Samson Eze, thank you for listening, and do join us next week Friday at 9:30 a.m. for another episode of the Executive Brief. Until I come your way again, bye for now.
At Flow 94.9 FM, we've got conducive and well-secured environment for business. High-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.